Good day and great waves of love and light to all of you. Thanks for joining me and Abby. I'm Wendy with Languages of Lights, sharing my highest joys and excitements moment by moment as far as I can take it. So, in this little impromptu video, here I am in my studio enjoying Abby's company, painting, getting excited, immersed in colors. As you can see, yes, my flannels, my various flannels at the end of the bed and on top of quilts of roses. And just wanted to take a moment to share my joy. So I felt some light languages bubbling up, as I often do when I'm immersed in my highest joy and excitement. And so I was feeling kind of purpley today, despite my red shirt. So I was working on some blues and purples and really immersed in the colors and colors and colors once again, as really that's what the languages of lights are. It is source itself expressing itself in every sound, every color, every way we can and cannot even imagine. And I wanted to express my joy, express this moment with all of you in my highest excitement, and just to remind us all to bring those explorations that your imaginations, your meditations, your dreams, bringing the excitements of those. And if we want to call it grounding, as I'm looking at the red, bringing that energy in, we use red as the permission to ground us into the earth, to connect us to the earth. And then there's so many other thoughts that go through my mind in that moment. And colorful. I'm just doodling the other night. Participating in a channeling event, and all of these colors just started to come through. So I've always understood that we are the symphony of source. We are the colors. We are the art of energy. We are energy expressing itself. Energy cannot be destroyed. It simply transforms. And I feel, excuse me, there goes my throat chakra. And I feel the energetic of all of that bubbling up to once again inspire us all to remember that we're everything. We've been everything. We're connected to everything. And we can experience everything in the here and now. It was like I was feeling that the spinning, the spinning of the colors of creation. Mai vahi inti kun bayesho shamaha shamana on goya bahi dianda inda yanda ko mahama ateko shiva I gayamaro koya, and that is where shamanic spirit art was born in my shamanic spirit, reaching into the conversations of the stars, the planets, the earth, and bringing in that colorful information. Matavila hono peshereki is abesumosovani to be abahosho to basho kumbe abahi in a piadaku envelop us He Kiami Bia Barasonotoba in this swirling energy of perfect design. Inoru hui hei I zumushibi hipo hei I maheba ate. Siva suma divya ma shadiviro ma ete. Maheba haine kire suma. Siva suma hete vetupa keshe ate. Siva sanatea. That we are the ever effervescent spiraling and spinning of energy and color, always. Elohi Sivasano Pea, Jizumosobe Eneki, Jabasumotevelehi, Mavrohuma, and to remind us that even when we're sitting still, we are moving at our consciousness is moving at infinite rates of speed. And yet we're centered in that center of the sitting, that center of sitting still, yet observing everything at any given moment. And yet also seeing ourselves in as our own center. We are self-centered as humans. We are centered into this self. And it's in that centering to this self that we can experience the constant cosmic circuits is the word that came. Yeah, Zemiharaka diara semiharaka nimalabas on my eveco coinbala who cornbaki and tavis upon shisha. Sino somebody antakatiara cosmos vasami TV Yahamakaya Legenopiaba atu. A spiritual awakening is the awakening of the dream that we are the center, that we, the physical us, that we are the center. Ma jeti ahashu nikalinta pipona panson mayamba yesheva hakiama se samotavi pa etezu kiantove porungo behina pipaleki in type sabada motivation of pirate by in kiba shubai sama sipira koyaba ashituama mahaya in te zevesamoto shuboha hanakua kiata sabato shunakate akotu anatoko tu bashetoko haina Ainaku ina kiara kiamaya hitu inayasi shenaki nimayata shikuye kuye miyakalehi mishaniatuhi. Boy, yeah, talvez se poderia e parobahe ki sima subation tu zevesuno evehe more babia lazimoso ne kiabesonotea. And often that's how I feel when I feel my spirit moving within me. It feels like this colorful spiral, like bubbling up inside of me and inviting me to express myself in whatever way is exciting to me in that now moment, whatever it is. And as I've mentioned before, one minute I'm playing with Abby, and the next minute I'm guided to go paint, and then I open a new canvas and start a new one. Then I pick up an old one that I'm still working on and work on that one a little bit. Stop and make a video, blessing the artwork as I'm working on it. And when I say blessing, it's how do I explain it? And embedding my excitement into whatever it is that I'm working. And it goes to Savasono Bialahi Mia Sobeshamare Kini Pia Paroposo Seva Somaya Bakia Ishe. And we all seem to think that these are all separate things. And we're being invited to separate these ideas and these excitements into different literal channels. For example, different YouTube channels. So, for example, if I'm excited about light language, then light language is the only thing that should be on that channel. If I'm excited about sharing, raw food puppy prep, then I should have a separate channel for that. If I'm excited about speaking light language into my food as I prep it, well, is that a cooking channel? If I'm cooking, and that's my current expression, and yet I'm sharing my light language, well, where is the separation? And I feel right now like I'm being invited to what's the word I'm looking for? Participate in this separation. Yet, the other side of that is, my tummy's growling talking about food. The other side of that is, they're branches of the same tree. So each and every one of these excitements that we, in different ways that we wish to express ourselves, we seem to be led to believe that we need to focus on just this one, or just this one, or just this one. But in my inspiration is to show the connectedness of all of these things, that nothing is separated, that spirituality is consciousness, is sacred geometry, is the expression of the arts in any form, is our soul expression. And we're being invited to, once again, to be separated and segregated, in that if more than one thing excites us, we're still being directed into a particular channel, a particular, I want to say funnel, almost, tunnel even. And it's almost as if we're being discouraged to fly the whole flag, we are multi-dimensional beings. And it's interesting because I really have been feeling this way, but I was in no way prepared to express myself in this way today. So perhaps this is my own, grounding of these ideas and this information and this energy that, is this really in our highest form of expression to, and yet I also can see the benefit, for example, of, when we're looking for something in particular, that we're only given the results of that particular thing. I can see that, or I can see that there was a purpose for that. And yet I don't necessarily believe in my heart that any of that should be separated. If I am growing vegetables and flowers, and I am walking through the garden and I am receiving information in a shamanic way, if if I literally am hearing the elements and the elementals, and when I say hearing, it's on so many levels. I'm hearing it in my heart, I'm feeling it in my body, I feel the vibration through my skin, I feel it in my eyes and in all of my senses. That then is the language of light that then gets poured into all that we do. Everything we are is speaking a language of light. The languages of the lights of all that is. And I haven't expressed my I have a lot of things that I love to share. And now I'm being invited in my own, and I'm creating it, and I realize I'm also creating my own reality, and I'm in perfect understanding and clarity of that. I am creating this. We are creating it all. It is our consciousness. We are creating all of it. We create YouTube. We're creating everything. So it is for us, by us. Boy, you see, I talk a lot with my hands. It's another form of my expression of light. So, maybe this resonates with some of you, one of you, any of you. I'm not sure really how I feel as if I'm interpreting it, of course, because we all do. Our belief systems change moment by moment, billions and billions of infinite times per second. So of course we're going to be looking at everything from every perspective. Not always completely conscious of each of those perspectives as we're viewing them, but the idea that I can see it that from that direction as well, that if I'm the one creating this idea of the separation, but yet is it separation at all if I'm looking at it from branches of my one tree? So for example, if we wish to express ourselves in a specific way, now we're being invited to have 10 YouTube channels. Is that the most effective way to express ourselves? In other words, we are our one conscious being in this physical experience. So we get to see ourselves as that one tree having a lot of branches, understanding we are one being, and that's actually how I look at creation as well. It is the one tree from which we are all branched off of. There is no way that any of us can ever be separated from that tree of life. As cliche as that sounds. And thanks for sticking with me. If you've even watched it this far, thank you guys. Or if you pop in and out, there's always a message for us somewhere in everything that we come across. So thanks for sharing your now with my now, co-creating and creating that third thing, that trinity, that triangle of the new thing that gets created. As you and I have this exchange and create this new thing. So with that said, I guess that's where my guides were leading me today, to express myself, and Abby too, as she's enjoying her beautiful raw meaty bone. So I don't know, maybe you guys can let me know what you think about it, if you've followed me this far in the video, or if you're new to the channel, thank you for popping in, stopping in. Not sure what led you here. Was it searching on light language or something else entirely? I have been starting new YouTube channels to share different pieces and parts of me, although I'm still not sure if that's the direction I want to go. But we'll see. We'll see how I'm being guided, what I'm being excited to do, in what new ways. And thank you for evolving with me if you are returning. Thank you for expanding and joining my spiritual journey, and reminding you and all of us that the word journey begins and ends with the word joy. Shana Kiriama Ivapora Hiki Tisimbatia Sheno Ima Era Haki Semoso Ikia Ihimipia. It has always been about simply sharing my journey, my joy, my highest excitement in the spirit that my sharing elevates us all. Elevasamaki. Sheno Goliamba Esamote Ilashana Levasame Aki Isete Sevasamotivi Poro Peke Ishi Shonotivi Ini Sibise Pepiara Kente Korpadum Gonge Sivasamariava Kente Samata Ebor by Ne Sabatebe Shomopaya Samasotea. Sharing allows us all to experience ourselves and all that is from another point of view, and every point of view as bright as the next. Shonokoringi ite isabasaba shonobara sonakira eze ite kine tayate. I receive Nyake Jianate Zavasonate Alalite Sanate Alake Alakomate. And it's an honor to give that which I receive. Malvasea Shante Kalanaha Kapiata. I love you. Yata. Mahala. The light within you illuminates the light within me, and the light within me illuminates the light within you. And together, brighter, we illuminate the light in all that is. Nyotovesamiki Shanaha.